Tarot Tribe. Welcome to the channel, Enlighten Me Tarot. My name is Rebecca, and today you are joining us to enlighten yourself on the September 2025 monthly readings. And as always, there are some planetary alignments and shifts that I would like to clue you in on, because they're going to be very pivotal to your reading that you're about to watch. I suggest to stay here for this information, but there is a timestamp below if you want to skip ahead to your reading, okay? First and foremost, I want to mention that with September, this starts eclipse season. Yes, we will have 2 eclipses in the month of September. We will have a lunar eclipse in the beginning of September on the 7th. We will have a solar eclipse during the 21st of September as well. So get ready, okay? With the readings I've already done, the solar eclipse is a very pivotal moment for many of you, okay? And I'm about to explain that in just a minute. We have these energies taking place in Pisces and Virgo. You know, during the eclipse energy, this is a north node pool and a south node pool, right? So at this time, it's very prevalent for natural disasters, especially in water, to really come about. So be very careful during this time, especially we have, you know, hurricane season here for many of us in the US, where there's going to be some dramatic turn in the weather, okay, and the rainfall. So be very aware of that. I'm looking at my notes here. I also want to clue you in that, you know, in this energy of Pisces and Virgo, we're going to see between the next 6 to 12 months, because eclipses can push their energy for the next 6 to 12 months. And we will see shifts, right, in our medical field. We will see shifts in hospital settings. There will be closing of hospitals. There will be unemployment of nurses and administrative staff due to hospitals closing. I have already seen where nursing homes are sending letters to loved ones letting them know they are closing due to no longer having federal funding, and you will have to make arrangements for your loved one to be moved. So, you know, and though this is taking place more prevalent in the hospital and the medical field, it does not mean that it won't happen in other fields. So that will just be the most prevalent. But we will see possibly a very high rate of unemployment in the next 6 to 12 months. Okay, prepare. I'm going to tell you that right now. Then let's talk about the eclipses for a little bit. The lunar eclipse on the 7th in the north nodes. This is all about bringing in your rewards. Your rewards for all the work that you've already done, that you've put in, being recognized, the accolades that are coming through for you. And then we have the solar eclipse on the 21st, which is all about new beginnings and opening up to the new. So between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, you'll be transitioning out of something and moving into something new, with the lunar energy supporting that new beginning and blessing. However, we do have 2 Virgo moons, right? 2 Virgo new moons. And this is all about certainty, organization. making sure that the decisions that you're making going forward, that this is truly what you want. Be certain, prepare, organize. You have the ability to choose again, but should you choose this particular path, you're going to be on this path for some time. Okay. Also want to mention Saturn is returning to Pisces, which is really good for your karma. This is the time where many of us will get a new slate of karma, letting go and releasing the old karma. Okay, you're starting again with your karmic energies. All right, so there you have it, the information that you need to know for your planets and what is coming up for eclipses and moons in the month of September. Also, please be aware again, if you cannot afford a personal reading, because I do personal readings, my address to reach out to me is in the description box below. I will not solicit you for a reading. Please don't pay anyone on WhatsApp because I don't do any of that. If you don't email me directly, I won't email you. So email me if you want a personal reading, but if you cannot afford a personal reading, I will do live Q&A sessions. You're allowed to ask one question as long as you make a donation to the channel. Okay, we just had one this last Wednesday. My next reading will be, I believe, on September the 3rd. At 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes, September the 3rd, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm on for 1 hour, so try to get in as quickly as you can to answer your question. Okay, all proceeds go back to the channel for cards, decorations, video, and so forth. Also, please remember these are general readings. They cannot and will not resonate with everyone. Take what fits, leave what doesn't. We'll be pulling a 4-week spread. So we'll pull 3 cards for each week. We'll clarify, and then we'll pull an oracle from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm excited for this month of September. I'm excited to see what the solar eclipse holds for you. I hope you're excited too. So stay with us for your reading. Hello, my beautiful tarot tribe. Welcome to the channel. Let's get started with your monthly reading, Aries, for the month of September 2025. I have shuffled my beautiful decks here, and we are ready to rock and roll. I am doing this fairly early before we hit September. So that I can do the weekly spread for you, and you'll have the full reading for each week of the month of September. All right, so let's get started. At the end of the reading, we will pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle to close out the reading. Okay, so let's get started. Let's dive in. I've already shuffled angels, spirits, and guides, clarity and guidance for my beautiful Aries for this sign. Excuse me, for my beautiful Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first week of September 2025. What do we have for the first week of September, please? What are the energies surrounding my Aries? Thank you, Spirit. 2 more. That's your 3rd one right there. Week 2, please. Week 2. Week 2. Week 3. and week 4. And I'm going to move the mic here in just a minute so that you can see all of your cards. Last card to close the month, please. Last card to close the month. All right. Just gonna move the mic so that you guys can see your cards, but I still want y'all to be able to hear me pretty clearly, okay? So let's see what we have. Ooh, I can already tell there's a lot of energy happening here. If you did not watch the intro talking about the eclipses that we'll have and the energy that's really going to be flowing for you during the month of September, I really urge you to go back and look at that intro, because it's going to have some really pertinent information. The bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Coral, which is equal to the Ace of Wands. We have the Hermit, Virgo energy, and we have the 10 of Treasure. Oh my gosh. And the 3 of Swords with the 2 of Pearls. Okay, so some interesting energy happening for you here. There's really, you've made your way through a very dark period, a very dark time, Aries, and you are coming to the point where you are having a passionate brand new beginning. Very beautiful energy here. You are moving into a 10 of Pentacles energy with the 3 of Swords here. Yeah, the 3 of Spears, the 3 of Swords. You're moving into a very beautiful, stable energy after a heartbreak, or after experiencing some type of loss here. So good, really good vibrations coming in for you here in the hidden energies. If you don't feel it yet, remember we have quite a number of days in September to go. Okay, so let's get your week on week reading cards, and then we will clarify. Let me put my phone on vibrate. All right, for week 1 we have the Queen of Pearls. We have the King of Pearls. Ooh, we have a true pair here. The King and Queen of Pearls and the 2 of Treasure. So I see 2 people here who are very compatible, obviously, with the King and Queen of Pearls, but there's some imbalance, some instability here with the 2 of Treasure. This, though they are very, I mean, it seems like they would mesh really well, there's some reason here that there's an imbalance. These two just, they don't seem to be coming together very easily. Okay, yeah, 9 of Swords at the bottom of the clarifying deck. There's some anxiety, some stress over this. So let's clarify. Tell me the energy between the King and Queen of Pearls, please, in week 1. Give me the energy for the King and Queen of Pearls in week 1. What's the energy between these two, please? Last card for the King and Queen of Pearls. The energy between these two. Please remember, this is a reading for the general collective. It cannot resonate with everyone. Take what fits, leave what doesn't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands energy, the 2 of Pentacles again, and the Star card, Aquarian energy. So someone is not taking the connection or vibe seriously, especially with this Knight of Wands energy. They may be distracted with something else that is happening. That's why there's the imbalance here. However, the other person with the Star card, Aquarian energy, still has some hope, still does believe this is a valid connection. And I can definitely see why, because there is a match here. However, it could definitely be the same, you know, the energy of a right person, wrong time. Okay. Yeah. There's some challenges here with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. King of Pentacles, you may be dealing with Virgo, Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. But this is someone who's kind of set in their ways, right? They're higher vibrational energy, but they're really set in their ways. And there may be some challenges to this because they are set in their ways. Someone is giving this some time and patience and just seeing what happens. But yeah, I can definitely see here that the connection is not going swimmingly. All right, let's clarify the Two of Pentacles, because that came out twice, the Two of Treasure. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Where's the imbalance here, or the emotional irregularities? Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. Two more, please. Oops. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Last card for the Two of Pentacles. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles, we have the Magician, we have the Nine of Swords again, and we have the Three of Wands. So yeah, again, what I feel is that two people called this in. They called in this connection. However, someone is still having some uncertainty, some stress, some doubts, or they're keeping their options open with the Three of Wands. They may not want to, you know, they may have thought saying, oh, I want to be in a relationship sounds real good, but then when it actually came to it, that's not exactly where they were at, right? Okay. So let's look at week 2. We have the Page of Coral, which is the Page of Wands. We have the Seven of Spears. There's that Seven of Swords. And we have the sorry guys, this is one new to me, so I'm just trying to make sure. We have the Four of Coral, which is the Four of Wands. So I do feel like this person is reaching out, right? But they may not have, especially with the Seven of Swords, they may not have the truest intentions. And someone here is really looking with the Four of Coral to have a stable, long-term, committed relationship, right? They're not dating or looking for a relationship without purpose. Someone really here has purpose in what they're doing, and the other person does not, okay? All right. Let's clarify week 2. So I feel by week 2, the communication comes in. This person may have been hot and cold. They may not have been steady with the communication, or may not be steady with the communication. Let's clarify the Seven of Spears. Clarify the Seven of Spears, because that's concerning. 2 more for the Seven of Spears. Last card for the Seven of Spears. Yeah. We have the Six of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. I feel like, my Aries, you see this person's energy. You know they're not being authentic. And you're like, I know what I want. The King of Wands energy. I know what I want. And I want someone who's going to come with some true authenticity, looking for a long-term relationship. If you're not going to give me that, I'm moving on. I don't deal with this low vibrational energy. And Aries, I really see you holding true to that. You're like, I'm looking for my forever person. I'm not going to, be your side piece. I'm not going to be your late night call. None of that energy. I do feel like you're setting down the terms. Yeah, there's that communication, the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And you're telling them, if you want to put some, if you want to prune this into something real, I got you. We're on the same page. But if you don't, I'm okay to let it go. And I almost feel like that takes them aback a little bit. Because they're not used to that kind of energy. So let's clarify the Four of Coral, the Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Coral for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Clarify the Four of Coral for September, week 2 in September 2025. Card. All right. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. You're like, I'm looking for the long term. I want balance. I want stability. I want partnership. I want a home. You will only cause me confusion with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. You will, because you don't know what you want, that will interrupt my peace. So I'm willing with the Knight of Pentacles to keep moving forward, to find my person. I'm not going to give in to this energy. And you're telling them, I'll wait. I'll be patient and I'll wait. Yes, because you are an Empress energy. You can create what it is that you want. You're a nurturer, you're a caregiver, you're loving, you bring life into this world, and they see that. But this person, and you're telling them, I've had enough heartbreak with the Three of Swords. See, there's the Empress and the Three of Swords. I'm looking for the committed person with the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Yeah, and you got that Three of Swords twice. So you're like, you know what? Been there, done that. I'm making better choices now. All right, week 3. We have the Strength card, Leo energy. Yep, there you are, large and in charge, controlling and taming those emotions. Strong, confident energy. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy. 2 major arcana here. And then we have the 8 of Treasure, which is the 8 of Pentacles. And I feel like this is where a shift really takes place from the eclipse. Because you're standing tall, because you know what you want, because you're headed in the right direction and you're not willing to falter, things change, things shift for you. Out with the old, in with the new, especially with this Death card. Let's clarify the Death card for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of September. Clarify the Death card. Scorpio energy, please, in week 3 for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Clarify the Death card, please. 2 more. Last card for the Death card. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. We have the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Truth, okay? Can't show the Lovers card completely, but you get the gist of it, right? So what changes here? What changes where there was an obstacle in regards to that connection with someone? The obstacle is now removed. And the truth, they see that they have an epiphany. There is an enlightenment that comes to pass, right? It's almost as if you're seen in a completely different manner now that you stood your ground and you were clear about who you are and what you want. Let's clarify the 8 of Treasure. Clarify the 8 of Treasure, please, for my Aries. Clarify the 8 of Treasure. Last card, please. Yep, here we go. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the Hermit card, Virgo energy, and we have the Fool. You're like, look, I've already been breadcrumbed in relationships before. I've already done this. I need someone who's gonna work, who's gonna do the work. And when they're willing to do the work with me, when they've done their internal work as well, I'm ready to take a leap of faith with someone who is my equal. Yeah, I'll go forward quick, fast, in a hurry with that Knight of Swords energy. And your glow, Aries, is going to be very different because now with the 5 of Wands, you're going to have people, all kinds of people after you. Everybody's going to want your attention, right? Yeah, see, there's that Wheel of Fortune and Knight of Swords again. We're at it. Let's go forward. I'm moving forward with or without you, boo. You're saying I'm moving forward with or without you. All right. Week 4, last week, we have the Chariot, Cancerian energy. And as I say, you're moving forward. There you go. You're like, eat my dust. I'm moving forward. I'm going to be victorious. I'm finding what it is that I need. I have my shadow energy and my light energy balanced. The next card is the 2 of Swords. You made this decision, though it was challenging because you didn't want to give up on the connection, and you don't. You know, it was a difficult choice, but you made the choice that is best for you, or you make the choice that is best for you. And then we have the 8 of Coral, the 8 of Wands. This could be communication or it could be movement. Very fast, speedy movement. It looks like it's very fast movement, especially paired with the Chariot. So let's see here what we have. Let's clarify the Chariot, Cancerian energy. Clarify the Chariot, please, for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do feel like September is going to be really changing where your relationships are concerned. 2 more for the Chariot, please. We have the 8 of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Swords. Excuse me, the 10 of Swords, sorry. So yeah, you're walking away from any offers that do not meet your requirements. And you are more than happy to go out of your comfort zone to get what it is that satisfies you. And it will be granted to you. Again, like I said, you've had enough difficulties, you've had enough betrayals, you've had enough obstacles. You're just not willing to push through that anymore. You did want this with this person, with the King of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles, but you're not willing to pull teeth to get it. If they can't meet you halfway, it is what it is. All right, I'm going to clarify all 3 for the last week. Let's clarify the 2 of Spears, which is the 2 of Swords. What's the challenge here? What's the decision? What's the difficult decision or the challenge? For the 2 of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. Again, Queen of Cups was over here. And the 7 of Wands. Yeah, the challenge is that Aries is not about to bend their rules. They're not about to make exceptions, right? And that's difficult. It's difficult when you want something, but you know that it's not going to grant your wish. So you turn your back. Yeah, you have a choice. Either you can give in to this and make those exceptions and know with the 7 of Swords they're not authentic and waste your time, or you can leave that behind and truly look for what it is that you're searching for. All right, let's clarify the 8 of Coral, which is close to the 8 of Wands, please. Clarify the 8 of Wands energy for the Aries closing of September 2025. Clarify the 8 of Wands energy. Ooh. Last card, please. We have the 3 of Cups, again the 8 of Pentacles, and we have the Sun card. So yeah, I feel like you are definitely going to find what it is you're searching for. There you are with the Sun card. Very, very happy, socializing. You put in the work and the effort, and you're happy to move towards getting what it is that you want and receiving your blessings, which is, look at that, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Wow, I can't just be patient. Empress card, you are creating, you are definitely a very high vibrational energy Aries that I am speaking to here. Beautiful energy for the month of September. Let's close out with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm going to read from the book for this because I do not have these memorized yet. Still a new deck to me. Closing message for my beautiful Aries for the month of September 2025. All right. Ooh, full moon, card number 16, and it is power. You have the power, Aries. You've always had the power. It's knowing how to wield it in your best interest, okay? So let's read from the book, and I am going to summarize because some of these can be long. Step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. I have power. It is real. So the power is in your hands, my beautiful Aries. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me any comments below. If you're not part of the Tarot Tribe, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. It is my pleasure, and we'll chat again real soon. Bye for now.